Morning, everybody. It's Mr. Oliver. I'm just checking in with you during the summertime to give you some updates about what's going on and share with you some information you might be curious about as we're going through the summer. Without further ado, I'll get into it. So the video I'm putting out this morning, I'm going to talk a little bit about our Facebook page, supply list, summer school, freshman orientation, link crew orientation, the first day of school, kind of the fall in general, schedules, and athletics. So that's kind of what's coming. I'll try and do this as quickly as possible. For those of you who know me in my videos, they can tend to run a little long, and I'll do my best to make sure that doesn't happen. First things first, and this is more for our freshman parents, but for all parents. If you remember at the junior high school, I maintained a Facebook page for the junior high. I do the same thing at the high school. So incoming freshman families, I am going to email this to you, but after today, you may want to make sure that you join the Messina Central High School News Facebook group. I post frequently in there throughout the school year. I share important updates and important information. This video, for example, will be posted on there. So if you haven't already joined that page, make sure you go to Facebook and join the Messina Central High School News Facebook group. Next thing up on the list is supply lists. We're at the time in the summer where people start wondering about supply lists. I'm working on it right now. We're getting ready the generic supply list for the fall, which will have almost everything on it you need. I'll be honest with you, there might be a class or two where they would like a folder or a notebook or that kind of thing, and the teachers will say that on the first day of school. But what will be on our supply list will be the majority of everything they will need for the high school. I will post it into the Facebook group, and it'll be in a mailing later on this summer, but it'll be available on our Facebook page before you'll see it in a mailing. So make sure you join that page, and you'll be able to get it as soon as I release it, and hopefully that'll be the end of this week or next week. Summer school, this is just a note. If your student has to attend summer school, for the high school, you should have been contacted already by a guidance counselor. I mailed letters to everybody that I knew was attending. The summer school session starts on Monday, July 26th, and it runs from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Monday to Thursday. The main contact for summer school is Mr. Chartrand, but if you need anything or have any questions, you can call us right in the main office and we'll get you taken care of. Next thing up on the list is orientation for both Link Crew leaders and then ultimately our freshman orientation. Our Link Crew leader training is scheduled for August 19th and 20th. Now, these are the upperclassmen who are going to be at our freshman orientation who will be trained as Link Crew leaders. If you were talked to by guidance, most likely, Mr. Jordan or Mrs. Newman, about being a Link Crew leader, they will contact you ahead of the training days to give you more specifics about that. I just wanted Link Crew leaders to know that 19th and 20th of August are your training dates. Then for our freshman parents, our Link Crew orientation is August 30th. This is the day when the kids will come into school. They'll have Link Crew leaders and staff here to kind of talk to them about the high school, what to expect, basic sort of rules, procedures, protocols at the high school. And it's, some degree of team building activities and just an opportunity for everybody to get to know each other and get reacclimated to school. It's very much akin to web orientation, if you remember that from junior high school. So there you go, freshman families, make sure you schedule August 30th as a day your kids will be at school, and more details specifically about that day will come out as it gets closer. Brings up the first day of school. Now, this is a point where I didn't pick this, but this is what the calendar works out being. The first day of school is actually Friday, September 3rd, and that's the Friday before Labor Day weekend. Staff will be back on Wednesday and Thursday doing our 2 staff development days, and the students report back on that Friday. And then we have a long weekend through Monday, and then the kids will be back in school on Tuesday the next week. Now, the first day of school this year is going to be a lot of teaching and reteaching sort of basic procedures at the high school. For the last year and a half, I don't need to remind anybody that school hasn't necessarily been real or normal. So we're going to spend some time on that first day of school reviewing everything basically from lockers and when we use them and how we use them, because we didn't use them at all last year, the hallways and cafeteria and behavioral expectations and all the rest of that, things that students love to hear, like things like dress code and cell phone policy. We're going to go over all of that on the first day of school, really the first few days of school. But we were very aware of the fact that we need to reacclimate everybody to quote unquote normal school. So that'll be a big part of our first day of school, which is September 3rd. So make sure you have your calendars marked for that. That begs the question, what's going on with COVID and what's school going to look like in the fall? As we sit here, it's July 21st. We are planning for all students to be in school 5 days a week in the fall. That is our plan. We are also simultaneously keeping an eye on the CDC and New York State Department of Health, and we're paying attention to all that information. But as we're working through our plans right now, we're intending for all kids to be back, and we're intending for school to be 5 days a week. And it should look very, very normal. So that's the update for what school's going to look like. We're aware that there's conversations going on out there. If you've watched the news this week, they're talking about masking and Delta variants and all that stuff. We're paying attention to all of that. But as of right now, we're planning full speed ahead for regular school in the fall, which is good news. So fingers crossed. Let's hope that that's the way things continue over the summer. If it changes, I'll obviously be in communication with you. I spoke with Mr. Reagan. The next page is an update for athletics. He wanted everybody to know that JV and varsity sports begin on August 23rd, followed a week later on August 30th by modified sports, and something that all of our athletic families need to know, that even if you've signed up and had your physical, there's still one more step you have to do. You have to go to the Messina Athletics homepage and register online for your fall sport so you can start practice on day one. On this page, I showed you, this is just right off of our website. If you go to the high school page on our website, there's an athletics tab, and then you can see it says athletics homepage. If you click on that button, it'll bring you right to where you need to go to register. And that registration is open for families as of Friday this week, July 23rd. So make sure you do that so your kids are ready to go for sports next month when they start. So that is all the updates I have. I just wanted all of our families to know and to hear from me and know that we're working hard to prepare for the fall. And this is, in many ways, for me, it's the most important part of the school year, because if we get all this stuff right in the fall, over the summer, then school starts really smoothly in the fall. I love working in schools because every year is like a fresh chance to begin again. And that's a message to really share with your students as well. We all know the last year and a half has been less than ideal, but the start of this new school year gives everybody a chance to sort of hit the reset button and be whoever they want to be at school. If they've been successful, then they can continue that success and build on it. If it's a student that's been less successful over the last 2 years, there's a great chance to sort of hit the reset and start afresh in the fall. We're very much looking forward to a normal school year. I can't wait to see all of our students back in the buildings. And as always, if you have any questions for me, just give me a call at work or shoot me an email. Thanks a lot, guys. It's been nice checking in with you. And as always, if you need anything, just let me know. Have a great day.